Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. This is Michelle Reads YA, and today I am doing a tag video. I was tagged by Chelsea, so I'm going to link her channel down below. Thanks for tagging me, and I will also link down the original creator. Very important. This is the 20 Bookish Questions tag. I was tagged in this a couple weeks ago. I have not looked at the questions, so in true me form, I'm very prepared for this video. So we'll see how this goes. The first question is, how many books are too many for a series? So being a contemporary reader, we don't get a lot of series in contemporary. So like the ones I can think of are like Jenny Han and like that's it. So I would say I really like trilogies because I don't like a lot of commitment in series. Like I think the largest series I've read is, besides Harry Potter, is the Vampire Academy series, and then the spin-off, which is Bloodlines, and then I actually think she may or may not be coming out with another spin-off. So I would say a 3 is what I really like To All the Boys I Loved Before and The Hunger Games and like Divergent and all of those, like they make me happy, and then after that it gets cumbersome for me. So trilogies are where I would like to be. Number 2 is, how do you feel about cliffhangers? So going back to how I don't really like series things, it depends on the cliffhanger. So like the one at the end of Catching Fire was great, and that segued right into Mockingjay, so like that was a good one. And going back to All the Boys I Loved Before, the first one kind of ended on a cliffhanger and you were like, is this standalone? What's going on? And then she made it into a trilogy. So for me, it depends on the book. If I'm not really invested in it, then I don't care and I won't continue on. So it depends on a lot of things for me. I don't know. Number 3 is hardcover or paperback. Paperbacks forever. I wish publishing would put out hardcovers and paperbacks at the same time, so I wouldn't have to wait a whole year to get a paperback. First of all, they're floppy and great and so easy to hold, and then they are also much cheaper than hardcovers and they fit on my shelves better. So I am just I'm just a paperback girl for life. I like them a lot, and sometimes when they do paperbacks, I actually think the covers are prettier. So that's just me. Favorite book. My favorite book is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, but I like a lot of contemporary books and, you know, old standbys like The Hunger Games. So yeah, it depends on the year. Like I have a new favorite book this year, but like my comfort, I would say that The Unexpected Everything is my comfort book. So different. Least favorite book. I don't know, because I am a big fan of DNFing books. So like if I don't like a book now, I'm not going to waste my time. But I'm trying to think of a book that I read this year and actually finished. So, okay, so I do want to answer this. The least favorite book that I read this year is The Betrothed by Kiera Cass, and I finished that. I did not DNF it, and I gave it 1 star. But my least favorite book of all time, I honestly don't know, because they have escaped my brain. I have to keep all the good books in my brain. So for my least favorite book this year is The Betrothed. So that's how I'm going to answer that. Love triangles, yes or no? I'm going to go with yes. I like love triangles a lot. I don't think love triangles are realistic in real life. Like, have any of you been a part of a love triangle? I surely have not. So yeah, but in books, especially contemporary books, they're very entertaining. Everyone has a side. Everyone, you know, has a preference. So I like them a lot. But are they realistic? No, probably not. The most recent book you couldn't finish. give me a second and let me look at my Goodreads and see which is the last book I DNF'd. I honestly don't remember because I have not been reading that much, and I have been, oh, okay. So the last book I DNF'd was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I listened to this on audiobook, and this was probably something to do with my reading slump and also the audiobook. So I am getting very particular with audiobooks. I am like an audiobook snob now, and that was just not a good one. So will I ever go back to it? Who knows? But there's so many books to read that probably not. So yeah. The next question is a book you're currently reading. So I am currently reading All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. I'm 52% into that, and I started it today. It's good. It's read by the author. I'm liking it. The next question is, last book you recommend to someone? This year in particular, I have been recommending Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I listened to that on audiobook back in February, I think, and it completely blew me away, and I think about it often. So I have been recommending Monday's Not Coming to almost everyone I know who reads. Also, a book that I always recommend is All American Boys by Justin Reynolds and Brendan Wright. All American Boys, Brendan Kiley, sorry. I always recommend this one. I read this before The Hate U Give. It came out, I think, a year or two before, and it was just very impactful for me, so I really like that one. Oldest book you've read by publication date? I have no idea. I've read a couple classics, so probably either The Picture of Dorian Gray or The Catcher in the Rye, but I like more current books. I am not a fan of classics, so yeah. Newest book you've read by publication date? So any of the books I've read this year. I'm currently reading All Boys Aren't Blue, which I think came out this year. So I read a lot of more modern books, and I try to stay up to date. So this could be a lot of books. Okay. Favorite author? I can't decide. Morgan Matson is my go-to for contemporary. I also love Jenny Han. I am hoping that she will come out with something new soon, but I know she's riding on the high of To All the Boys I Loved Before, so like, good for her. I don't know. I just like contemporary authors. I'm always looking for new contemporary authors. I will say Tiffany D. Jackson is definitely a new favorite after Monday's Not Coming. I have also discovered Rachel Lynn Solomon this year with Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. So I am big on contemporary authors, and yeah, I'm always looking for new contemporary authors to read from. Buying books or borrowing books? So both. I have 6 bookshelves behind me full of books, and I am always buying books, but I am getting better at not buying books and using the resources of my library. You would think I have already done that because I used to work at a library, but no. I used to think, and I still think, that owning books is good. I love, you know, going back to books that I love whenever I feel like it and just being surrounded by books. So that's a me thing. However, during the day when I'm watching my son, I listen to audiobooks, and I get those from the library, and they're free and they're accessible, and I have like 4 different library cards that I'm able to use. So it makes it very convenient. So I like both. I don't think there's any problems with owning books and borrowing books, and especially if I borrow a book from the library and I end up really loving it, I will probably buy it. So that's how that goes. A book you dislike that everyone else seems to love? We're gonna get into fantasy. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses for a book club and thought I was really going to like it, and ended up not liking it at all and giving it 1 star. And even though it's been out for I think 5 years, BookTube still really talks about this book, and people love it, and I couldn't find one thing that I liked about it at all, and this is when I found out that I didn't like fantasy or fae. So we're gonna go with ACOTAR, and I don't like it, and that's okay. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks forever. Dog ears, no, never. A book you can always reread. So my comfort book is To All the Boys, nope, is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. But I've reread the To All the Boys I Love Before series a billion times, and in the French Kiss series so many times. Just like really nice, fluffy, contemporary romances are my go-to rereads, always. Can you read while listening to music? Yes, I prefer to listen to music or have the TV on while I'm reading. Complete silence scares me. I don't like it. It's not a thing that I want to do. I want to be surrounded by noise. So, yes. One point of view or multiple? It depends. It depends on a lot of things. So, if I'm listening to an audiobook and it's multiple points of views, they need to be different narrators. But I think if I am reading a book, especially a contemporary book, I like just one narrator. So I gravitate to one point of view most of the time, and that's usually what you get in contemporary. So that's usually what I like and what I get. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Once upon a time, before Rowan, I was able to read a book a day and no problem, but that is not my life anymore, so it takes multiple days to read a book. When I am not in a book slump, I usually read 100 pages a day and also listen to an audiobook, and then also in my free time read an ARC on my phone. Those days are not here right now. So normally in the morning when I'm watching Rowan, I listen to an audiobook as much as I can. Now he has discovered books himself, so he comes up to me and he hands me a book and I read the book to him multiple times and stop my audiobook. So things are getting harder. But during nap time, when I am not filming and not in a slump, I am trying to get back into reading and reading 100 pages a day. It is hard. It is tough. And now I'm gonna add another kid to the mix. I'm just never gonna read again. I don't know. Do you read? No. And then who do you tag? I'm done. I did it. Okay. I'm going to leave below a couple people to tag. I don't know who has done this. So off the top of my head, Alana, Christina, that's all I can think about. So I will tag more people down below. Sorry, I have baby brain and mom brain together. It's just no brain. So that's it. This is the 20 bookish questions tag. I hope that's right. Thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye!